The world of cinema has long been a stage for not only breathtaking storytelling, dazzling performances, and unforgettable characters, but also for some of the most extraordinary luxury cars ever built, machines that transcend the screen to become cultural icons in their own right. And when we think about the most iconic luxury cars in movie history, a fascinating tapestry emerges, weaving together automotive design, engineering mastery, cultural symbolism, and the raw emotional thrill that only a perfect pairing of film and car can create, starting with James Bond's legendary Aston Martin DB5 from Goldfinger, 1964, perhaps the single most famous movie car in history, a sleek, refined, yet aggressively powerful vehicle that epitomized Bond's suave personality and became forever linked with the image of secret agents, gadgetry, and sophistication, with its ejector seat, revolving license plates, and machine guns setting the template for decades of spy thrillers. And as the Aston roared across the screen, it cemented itself not only as Bond's car but as a symbol of cool British elegance that car enthusiasts continue to revere. While in the same decade, Steve McQueen's 1968 Bullitt put the Ford Mustang GT390 Fastback into eternal stardom, its raw V8 power and stripped-down, muscular look representing American grit, independence, and rebellious cool, showcased in the most famous car chase ever filmed through the steep hills of San Francisco. Yet alongside these rugged machines stood other luxury legends like the Rolls-Royce Phantom II in the yellow Rolls-Royce, 1964, a vehicle that wasn't just transportation but a storytelling device linking together different characters and stories through its opulent presence, reminding audiences that luxury cars often symbolize more than speed, sometimes serving as metaphors for wealth, aspiration, or tragedy. And then there's the Lamborghini Countach in Cannonball Run, 1981. Its wedge-shaped futuristic design and outrageous scissor doors burning into pop culture consciousness and turning the Countach into the ultimate poster car for a generation, not to mention the sheer style of Ferraris in films like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 1986, where the 1961 Ferrari 250 GT California Spider wasn't just a car but the centerpiece of youthful rebellion and reckless joy, the kind of unattainable dream machine that reflected Ferris's larger-than-life charisma, while other Ferraris such as the Testarossa in Miami Vice or the Enzo in Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle demonstrated how Italian exotics became synonymous with glamour, adrenaline, and cinematic spectacle. And if Ferraris represent Italian passion, then cars like the Mercedes-Benz 600 Pullman in The Day of the Jackal, 1973, and other political thrillers represent power and authority, conveying wealth and influence through understated German precision, while directors often used Rolls-Royces and Bentleys in films like The Great Gatsby, 1974 and 2013 adaptations, to showcase the opulence, decadence, and emptiness of the ultra-wealthy, with the Gatsby Rolls becoming a timeless image of luxury as both a dream and a curse. But no list of iconic movie cars would be complete without the DeLorean DMC-12 from Back to the Future, 1985, which, although not originally a traditional luxury car in the way of Aston Martins or Rolls-Royces, became immortal thanks to its gull-wing doors, stainless steel body, and time-traveling modifications, turning a failed commercial car into one of the most beloved vehicles in pop culture, proving how cinema can elevate even obscure machines into legend. And then we have Bruce Wayne's various Batmobiles throughout the Batman films, which, though often custom-built, draw heavily on luxury car design, particularly in the Dark Knight trilogy where his public persona also flaunted Lamborghinis like the Murcielago and Aventador, solidifying the connection between superheroes and high-end exotic vehicles. Wow. The Fast and Furious franchise pushed this idea to the extreme, with countless luxury cars such as Bugatti Veyrons, Lykan Hypersports, Aston Martins, and Koenigseggs blasting across the screen in gravity-defying stunts, creating a cinematic playground for car lovers and cementing the idea that luxury performance cars are as much characters as the actors themselves. And speaking of the Lykan Hypersport, its spectacular jump between skyscrapers in Furious 7 remains one of the most outrageous luxury car moments in movie history, not just because of its multi-million-dollar price tag but because it perfectly captured the blend of fantasy, wealth, and adrenaline that defines modern blockbuster filmmaking and beyond action films. we find quieter but equally powerful appearances, such as the Lincoln Continental in The Matrix, 1999. Its sinister elegance perfectly matching the dystopian, noir-inspired tone, or the Jaguar E-Type in countless period films, its sweeping curves embodying 1960s luxury style, and in comedies too, luxury cars often steal the show, like the Mini Coopers in The Italian Job, 1969 and 2003, which though smaller than supercars, became iconic symbols of precision, charm, and clever engineering, showing that luxury isn't always about size or price but about identity and uniqueness. While on the opposite end, the Cadillac Eldorado and Fleetwood models in films like Goodfellas and Casino embodied the flashy, over-the-top, mobster style of luxury, drenched in excess and bravado, reminding us that in cinema, cars are also a language of character psychology, and whether it's Tony Montana's Porsche 928 in Scarface symbolizing ambition and decadence, or Daniel Craig's return to the Aston Martin DB5 in Spectre symbolizing tradition meeting modernity, luxury cars in film function as narrative devices, fashion statements, and technological marvels. But above all, they ignite our imagination, letting us believe, if only for 2 hours, that we too might one day sit behind the wheel of such rolling art, feeling the roar of an engine that isn't just metal and fuel but myth and memory. And as decades of movie history prove, these vehicles aren't just props but enduring stars, etched into our collective memory as much as the actors who drove them, making the most iconic luxury cars in movie history a subject not just of automotive fascination but of cultural heritage, forever linking the silver screen with chrome, horsepower, and timeless allure.